welcome to my show. I am the Empath, and I've got Babble. So, last we left off, we were in Exodus. So let's just jump right in. Exodus 21, the treatment of slaves. Give the Israelites the following laws. If you buy a Hebrew slave, he shall serve you for 6 years. In the 7th year, he is to be set free without having to pay anything. If he was unmarried when he became your slave, he is not to take a wife with him when he leaves. But if he was married when he became your slave, he may take his wife with him. If his master gave him a wife and she bore him sons or daughters, the woman and her children belong to the master, and the man is to leave by himself. But if the slave declares that he loves his master, his wife, and his children, and does not want to be set free, then his master shall take him to the place of worship. There he is to make him stand against the door at the doorpost, and put a hole through his ear. Then he will be his slave for life. Interesting. If a man sells his daughter as a slave, she is not to be set free, as male slaves are. If she is sold to someone who intends to make her his wife, but he doesn't like her, then she is to be sold back to her father. Her master cannot sell her to foreigners, because he has treated her unfairly. If a man buys a female slave to give to his son, he is to treat her like a daughter. If a man takes a second wife, he must continue to give his first wife the same amount of food and clothing, the same rights that she had before. If he does not fulfill these duties to her, he must set her free and not receive any payment. Okay, so not kidding. Treatment of slaves. Probably not so much a thing for us anymore. There are some areas of the Bible that kind of don't apply so much to our day and age, and we kind of don't do that slave thing anymore. At least, I hope there's not still people, like in America at least, doing so much of the slave thing. But there probably are. Behind the scenes, shady stuff. Anyway. Laws about violent acts. Whoever hits a man and kills him is to be put to death. But if it was an accident and he did not mean to kill the man, he can escape to a place which I will choose for you, and there he will be safe. Excuse me. But when a man gets angry and deliberately kills another man, he is to be put to death, even if he has run to my altar for safety. Whoever hits his father or his mother is to be put to death. So, don't hit your folks. I'm pretty sure we don't kill people for that sort of thing anymore. Whoever kidnaps a man, either to sell him or to keep him as a slave, is to be put to death. Whoever curses his father or his mother is to be put to death. If there is a fight and one man hits another with a stone or with his fist but does not kill him, he is not to be punished. If the man who was hit has to stay in bed, but later is able to get up and walk outside with the help of a cane, the man who hit him is to pay for his lost time and to take care of him until he gets well. A punishment that did end in being put to death. They like the death penalty, apparently. If a man takes a stick and beats his slave, whether male or female, and the slave dies on the spot, the man is to be punished. But if the slave does not die for a day or two, the master is not to be punished. The loss of his property is punishment enough. If some men are fighting and hurt a pregnant woman so that she loses her child, but she is not injured in any other way, the one who hurt her is to be fined whatever amount the woman's husband demands, subject to the approval of the judges. But if the woman herself is injured, the punishment shall be life for life, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot, burn for burn, wound for wound, bruise for bruise. I'm guessing what that means is, I can't tell if what that means is just that he'll receive the same kind of beating that she did, or if it also means, because it said life for life, so does that mean they'll kill his child if he has one? Either that or make it so you can't have kids. That'd be a thing. Um, yeah, okay, that's right. If a man hits his male or female slave in the eye and puts it out, he has to free the slave as payment for the eye. If he knocks out a tooth, he is to free the slave as payment for the tooth. Huh. I don't know what's get a slave to want to encourage a fight between himself and their master. Well, depending upon the master, because, like, I imagine that there were some masters who were really good to their slaves, and it would be more like a butler sort of person. Kind of like Alfred. The responsibility of owners. If a bull gores someone to death, it is to be stoned, and its flesh shall not be eaten, but its owner is not to be punished. But if the bull had been in the habit of attacking people, and its owner had been warned but did not keep it penned up, then if it gores someone to death, it is to be stoned, and its owner is to be put to death also. However, if the owner is allowed to pay a fine to save his life, he must pay the full amount required. If the bull kills a boy or a girl, the same rule applies. If the bull kills a male or female slave, the owner shall pay the owner of the slave 30 pieces of silver, and the bull shall be stoned to death. I'm sorry, it's just the whole 30 pieces of... Let me read that again. If the bull kills a male or female slave, its owner shall pay the owner of the slave 30 pieces of silver. I feel like you could create some symbolism between that and the whole Judas selling out Jesus thing in the New Testament. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep reading for now. I might analyze that later on my own time. Maybe. If I think it's something worth saying, maybe I'll put it in the description, comments. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep reading. Okay. If a man takes the cover off a pit, or if he digs one and does not cover it, and a bull or a donkey falls into it, he must pay for the animal. He is to pay the money to the owner and may keep the dead animal. If one man's bull kills another man's bull, the two men shall sell the live bull and divide the money. They shall also divide off the meat from the dead animal. See, that makes sense. That sounds fair. But if it was known that the bull had been in the habit of attacking and its owner did not keep it penned up, he must make good the loss by giving the other man a live bull, but he may keep the dead animal. Again, that sounds fair. I think the things with death penalty are a little bit much for our day and age. I mean, I get the concept, and I agree with sort of the concept, like, don't hit your mom and dad, don't, keep your animals in check so that they don't kill people. But the death penalty, I think, goes a little bit far. At most, the death penalty, I would think, should be for people who they're just causing all kinds of crud. That's if I was choosing a situation where that was remotely okay. But yeah, they like the death penalty a lot. It's kind of it's stuff like this where people talk about they use things like this for their arguments for if you're gonna be all homosexuality is a sin, then look at all this stuff, and just to be clear, I'm not saying that as a as like a bash or something like that. I'm just saying that as factual. Like, it's sections of the Bible like this that people get that information from. So it is a thing. They're not just, spewing out crud or misinterpreting. No. According to the Bible, you do some of these things, like, you hit your mother or father, and according to the Bible, you should be put to death. So, again, the Bible is up to interpretation given the changes to modern society, and so not everything is 100% applicable. Wow, it's already 10 minutes in. Dang. I've been talking a lot for this one. Sorry. Chapter 22. Laws about repayment. If a man steals a cow or a sheep and kills it or sells it, he must pay 5 cows for 1 cow and 4 sheep for 1 sheep. He must pay for what he stole. If he owns nothing, he shall be sold as a slave to pay for what he has stolen. If the stolen animal, whether a cow, a donkey, or a sheep, is found alive in his possession, he shall pay 2 for 1. Makes a certain amount of sense. If a thief is caught breaking into a house at night and is killed, the one who killed him is not guilty of murder. But if it happens during the day, he is guilty of murder. Interesting. I guess at night it would be more, you're waking up and it's a panic, so, that they're more forgiving of that. But during the day, you should already be awake and be able to, Also, you could call for help and people should respond. I'm guessing there. If a thief is caught... Oh, I just read that. Sorry. If a man lets his animals graze in a field or a vineyard, and they stray away and eat up the crops growing up in another man's field, he must make good the loss with the crops from his own field or vineyards. If a man starts a fire in his field and it spreads through the weeds to another man's field and burns up grain that is growing or that has been cut and stacked, the one who started the fire is to pay for the damage. Again, makes sense. We didn't start the fire. I'm sorry, I just thought of that. If a man agrees to keep another man's money or other valuables for him, and they are stolen from his house, the thief, if he is found, shall repay double. But if the thief is not found, the man who was keeping the valuables is to be brought to a place of worship, and there he must take an oath that he has not stolen the other man's property. Alright. In every case of a dispute about property, whether it involves cattle, donkeys, sheep, clothing, or any other lost object, the 2 men claiming the property shall be taken to the place of worship. The one whom God declares to be guilty shall pay double to the other man. Wondering how they determined that. How they determined if God said. Probably a priest? If a man agrees to keep another man's donkey, cow, sheep... did I just read that? Just go to the place of worship. Oh yeah. Okay, I did it. I'm sorry about that. If a man borrows an animal from another man, and is injured or dies when its owner is not present, the man must pay for it. But if that happens when the owner is present, the man need not repay. If it is a rented animal, the loss is covered by rental price. Airplane sounds. Moral and religious laws. If a man seduces a virgin who is not engaged, he must pay the bride for her and marry her. But if her father refuses to let him marry her, he must pay the father a sum of money equal to the bride price for a virgin. Okay. I'm sure that there are some fathers who would be a little happy about that. Or, I don't know. That sounds like an iffy sort of thing. Like, in one circumstance, it would be pretty reasonable. There's some people who'd like it, some who wouldn't. Put to death any woman who practices magic. Put to death any man who has sexual relations with an animal. Again, they love their death penalty. I wouldn't go that far, but I don't know. Peter, read the Bible. It gives you power. Condemn to death anyone who offers sacrifices to any god except to me, the Lord. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think we would do that sort of thing. Do not mistreat or oppress a foreigner. Oh, I wonder if. Okay, I'm wondering if there are situations like that. I wonder if that's things like that that have that sort of wording. Condemn to death anyone who offers sacrifices to any god except to me, the Lord. That's telling. That's the sort of thing that tells you to mess with other people's business. So I'm wondering if readings of things like that. I wonder if that's why some people, a lot of Christians have this like in-ground mindset of forcing their beliefs on other people. I wonder if it's things like that. I don't know. Still, like we've already said, this stuff doesn't all necessarily apply to us because we don't apply the death penalty with every other injustice. So, do not mistreat or oppress a foreigner. Remember that you were foreigners in Egypt. Do not mistreat any widow or orphan. If you do, I, the Lord, will answer them when they cry out to me for help, and I will become angry and kill you in war. Your wives will become widows, and your children will be fatherless. Okay, so that's for my earlier thing about the God determining things. This is coming from God, so it's like him saying that he will, because this is back when they spoke to when he spoke to his people more. If you lend money to any of my people who are poor, do not act like a moneylender and require him to pay interest. If you take someone's cloak as a pledge that he will pay you, you must give it back to him before the sun sets, because it is the only covering he has to keep him warm. What else can he sleep in? When he cries out to me for help, I will answer him, because I am merciful. Do not speak evil of God, and do not curse the leader of your people. Give me the offerings from your grain, your wine, and your olive oil when they are due. Give me your firstborn sons. Give me the firstborn of your cattle and your sheep. Let the firstborn male stay with its mother for 7 days, and on the 8th day offer it to me. You are my people, so you must not eat the meat of any animal that has been killed by wild animals. Instead, give it to the dogs. Alright, that makes sense, because, you don't want to risk the whole, rabies and thing. So, cool, yeah. Again, so this whole bunch of laws that they're going over sounds like, as I'm reading it, the thought that I'm going with is, it's gives a list of do's and don'ts that apply to their day and age. But we have come a long ways from there, so not all of those things quite apply to us. So, especially not nearly so much death penalty. So that's something to consider when you try to use, the Bible to support. Well, especially when you try to use the Bible to support your hate. We'll do one more. We'll finish it out with Exodus chapter 23. I would read more, but I'm already getting close to time stuff. So that's a good thing I'm doing it daily. Or hopefully. Chapter 23, Justice and Fairness. Do not spread false rumors and do not help a guilty man by giving false testimony. Do not follow the majority when they do wrong, or even when they give testimony that perverts justice. Oh, it is biblical. Do not follow the majority when they do wrong. That's the Bible right here. 23, 2. Exodus chapter 23, 2. That was probably on... I have to imagine that was in some way, shape, or form on signs for civil rights. Now I actually decide to look that up. That's so sorry about I hit the mic there. That's amazing. That's kind of cool. Do not show partiality to a poor man at his trial. That that makes sense. Go justice, go with the truth, not just the man's poor, so pity. If you happen to see your enemy's cow or donkey running loose, take it back to him. If his donkey has fallen under its load, help him get the donkey to its feet again. Don't just walk off. All right. So even if it's your enemy, don't be a jerk. Do not deny justice to a poor man when he appears in court. Do not make false accusations, and do not put an innocent person to death. For I will condemn anyone who does such an evil thing. Do not accept a bribe, for a bribe makes people blind to what is right and ruins the cause of those who are innocent. Makes sense? Sorry. Do not mistreat a foreigner. You know how it feels to be a foreigner because you were foreigners in Egypt. The 7th year and the 7th day. For 6 years plant your land and gather in what it produces, but in the 7th year let it rest, and do not harvest anything that grows on it. The poor may eat what grows there, and the wild animals can have what is left. Do the same with your vineyards and your olive trees. Work 6 days a week, but do no work on the 7th day, so that your slaves and the foreigners who work for you, and even your animals, can rest. Listen to everything that I, the Lord, have said to you. Do not pray to other gods. Do not even mention their names. Alright, so, yeah, they had a big thing about the 7th day sort of thing, because the whole God creating the universe in 7 days. And I think I already went over all my stuff with that. But, yeah, according to this, not only are you supposed to rest on the 7th day, so basically, what the sort of thing that I've got with Chick-fil-A, I don't work on Sundays. But you're supposed to, throughout the 6 years and such, or on the 6th year, store up food, and you're supposed to, on the 7th year, you don't have to work. You already have your food and such stored up. If we could do that, that'd be pretty flippin' amazing. I mean, Joseph did it. So, it's not, according to the Bible, it's not impossible. The 3 great festivals. Celebrate 3 festivals to honor me. In the month of Abib, the month in which you left Egypt, celebrate the festival of unleavened bread, in the way that I commanded you. Do not eat any bread made with yeast during the 7 days of this festival. Never come to worship me without bringing an offering. Celebrate the harvest festival when you begin to harvest your crops. Celebrate the festival of shelters in the autumn, when you gather the fruit from your vineyards and orchards. Every year at these 3 festivals, all your men must come to worship me, the Lord your God. Do not offer bread made with yeast when you sacrifice an animal to me. The fat of animals sacrificed to me during these festivals is not to be left until the following morning. Each year bring to the house of the Lord your God the first grain that you harvest. Do not cook a young sheep or goat in its mother's milk. I don't know quite so much if those are things that apply to us anymore, but I don't know. Could potentially be a thing to look into. Just because, I always like a party. Promises and instructions. I will send an angel ahead of you to protect you as you travel to bring you to the place which I have prepared. Pay attention to him and obey him. Do not rebel against him, for I have sent him, and he will not pardon such rebellion. But if you obey him and do everything I command, I will fight against all your enemies. My angel will go ahead of you and take you into the land of the Amorites, the Hittites, the Perizzites, the Canaanites, the Hivites, and the Jebusites, and I will destroy them. I love the name of the Perizzites, just because it sounds like parasites. And that's probably where we get it from. I'd have to look that up to know for certain. Do not bow down to their gods or worship them, and do not adopt their religious practices. Destroy their gods and break down their sacred stone pillars. If you worship me, the Lord your God, I will bless you with food and water and take away all your sicknesses. again, stuff like this is in a time where they didn't have as much diplomacy, diplomatic control as as we do now. So you know that's why there's a whole lot of death penalty in crud. In your land, no woman will have a miscarriage or be without children. I will give you long lives. Okay, that's a promise thing. I was gonna say like, what illegality? No, it's that's a promise thing, which is great. I will make the people who oppose you afraid of me. I will bring confusion among the people against whom you fight, and I will make all your enemies turn and run from you. I will throw your enemies into panic. I will drive out the Hivites, the Canaanites, and the Hittites as you advance. I will not drive them out within a year's time. If I did, the land would become deserted, and the wild animals would be too many for you. Instead, I will drive them out little by little, until there are enough of you to take possession of the land. I will make the borders of your land extend from the Gulf of Aqaba to the Euphrates River, and from the Mediterranean Sea to the desert. I will give you power over the inhabitants of the land, and you will drive them out as you advance. Do not make any agreement with them or with their gods. Do not let those people live in your country. If you do, they will make you sin against me. I'm yawning all over the place. If you worship their gods, it will be a fatal trap for you. So essentially that's just talking about how he's going to make it easier for them to, take the, take the land, advance as God promised to them. And this is, again, this is in a day where it's, the whole conquering land thing is still a big thing that's going on. It's not so much of a thing anymore, unless you're talking about things like the whole argument between Palestine and Israel that's like always going on. But yeah, so that's basically all there is with that's the thing to keep in mind with all of these laws is that it's some of them they have a good idea, and some of them might sound good just in general, but there are others that they don't apply to us anymore because that's not how our culture works, and that's a little bit extreme. And so that's the sort of thing you have to keep in mind, that not everything in the Bible is concrete. This applies to us, and anyone who doesn't live up to this should be bashed, as the Bible says. Because if you're gonna bash on homosexuality, then you can be bashed on for how you treat your parents if you don't treat them with the respect that the Bible necessarily says that you should. So there are things in the Bible that are up to certain interpretation, and the thing to keep in mind is that no sin in the eyes of God is worse than another. In the eyes of man, a sin can be worse than another. Like murdering is worse than stealing, but in the eyes of God, all sin is just as bad. So, alright, but I'm going to end it here. Thanks for watching. Like and favorite if you enjoyed. Subscribe to become a VIP today, and I will see you all next time. Have a great day.